What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls pregame coming up right now. Bulls still in D.C., finishing up Game 2 of their mini-series against the Wizards tonight. Took care of business on Tuesday. Long injury reports for both teams for tonight. There's a shocker. Plus, we'll take a look at what this Washington team is trying to set up next year with those big swings on Trae Young and Anthony Davis. All ahead next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls pregame. Coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls pregame is presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the Bet365 app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Bulls, Zards, Part 2 this week. I'm Peck, Bulls _Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam! Bam. BAWL Sports, Will Gottlieb, Will _Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. And our guy, king of the controls, his last Bulls game of the season because he's got stuff going on Friday and Sunday. Joey C!
How dare you, Joey C? How dare you?
What? I brought the broom for the sweep tonight and everything. Going sweeping, baby. And going through the quad, sweeping.
They did get that dramatic 1-point win thanks to the Vooch heroics all the way back in November. So this could be a season sweep against the team.
I forgot about that Vooch.
Yeah.
Joey C,
what a season this has been.
Your last one, what is your favorite moment of the Chicago Bulls, covering the Chicago Bulls?
I think what we need to do is have him guess Patrick Williams' stats.
Oh, that's happening. What do you think? That's a tradition, GOAT. That's going down.
Not for the game, though. For the season.
For the season?
The season stats.
Oh,
this is the end of his
I'll go in blind.
Well, okay.
We should save that for postgame.
Yeah, that's a postgame.
After we watch Pat ball out again tonight.
Don't look at Basketball Reference.
When he drops 30 tonight, I'm going to have a hard time doing the math. 6.8 to 7.2.
Speaking of, Bulls starting 5 tonight. Trae Jones, Colin Sexton, Patrick Williams in that starting lineup, along with Leonard Miller and Yabusele. The Bulls injury report, Isaac Okoro, who has been playing through a quad situation, was scratched tonight as well. So there you see Pat joining the starting lineup. Colin Sexton has somewhat of a bothersome finger. He's going to play through that. Patrick Williams playing through a thumb sprain. Lockie is going to play through some minor plantar fasciitis. Meanwhile, of course, Giddey remains out with the hamstring. Mata's out. Did not make the trip to D.C. dealing with an illness. Richard's still out with the elbow. And on that pile, of course, all the players who are out for the rest of the season. Zards, meanwhile, Trae Young, Anthony Davis, we'll get to them in a minute, both out for the year, as are Cam Whitmore and Keyshawn George. Alex Sarr out with a toe tonight. Justin Champagnie, he is available.
Yes.
Dealing with a knee, he'll play. Anthony Gill, shout out, playing through a lumbar situation. But Koulibaly, Jaden Hardy, Trey Johnson, and Tristan Vucevic all out. So a long injury list for the Zards as well. Welcome to April regular season baseball.
Man.
Baseball? Basketball.
I straight up learned 10th pick, buddy.
I straight up last night said, who the hell is Anthony Gill? Who is he?
Not to be confused with the great Tony Gill.
No,
I know and respect Tony Gill. I don't know who Anthony Gill is at all.
You know what? He can play.
He's not bad.
He's a player.
He's not bad at all. But I understand the question. There's going to be a lot of who going on out there tonight. And, how lucky are we to get it back-to-back? Shout out to the scheduling guys for that.
Yeah.
Man, I think we can expect more of what we saw yesterday. Curious how the Wizards kind of come out and see. Like, I think they'll come out and try, in the first quarter. But I think if they feel like the Bulls want it more, which they will, they'll probably go ahead and say, we're okay. Even though it was interesting watching them because they're just really bad. Like, that's bad. Like, The 2 early turnovers in the first quarter when they're passing the ball to each other and they're passing it behind each other and it's going out of bounds, and then they did it the very next possession again. I was like, oh man, that's elite level right there. That's the OKC of trash like going on right now. So yeah, it's if you're wanting the Bulls to lose this one, it's going to be a tough one to do because the Bulls are coming to win and Washington is just truly, truly, truly a bad team.
So that Zard starting 5 tonight. You got Bub Carrington out there. He can get some buckets. Will Riley, the rookie from Illinois, who we talked about maybe during our draft coverage last summer, probably would have ended up being a reach if the Bulls were considering him at 12. He ended up going 21st. So didn't make himself a first-round pick with that late-season surge for the Illini. Shout out to him. He's in the starting lineup tonight, along with Anthony Gill. And then your 2 other starters tonight, 2 two-way contract players for Washington, Julian Reese and Leaky Black.
Oh, my God.
So that rounds
one of my
out.
favorite names ever
Great
in the world.
Great Hooper
Leaky
name.
Black, son.
Excellent trumpet player.
Dude, I'm saying,
dude.
dog. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Leaky Black. On the trumpet. Oh, I would go see him just to go see him.
That's
He could do anything. I don't care what he does. Like, just say the name into the microphone and I'm showing up. Leaky Black. We there. Front row. That's a name, man. Shout out to him. I hope he's a DJ or something.
That's wow. And I feel like the Wizards had at least one of those guys who I mentioned being out tonight 2 nights ago. So they're even more Zardy tonight.
The Wizards are so bad.
I mean, the elite tanking.
They
Truly
are
elite.
okay.
Elite.
Their point differential is minus 12.4.
Woo!
Last in the league. The next closest is minus 10.1. They're 2.3 points per 100 worse than the next worst team, which is the 20-win Brooklyn Nets. Okay, they've won 17 games this year. They've actually overperformed by 2.5 wins based on their point differential.
Wow.
And obviously, they are tanking with just impunity here, not playing any of the players that they like, any NBA players that they have on their roster. I mean, Keyshawn George played really well this year.
Yeah.
Alex Sarr took a step forward. Obviously, AD and Trae Young. They're going to be a good team next year. They understand the assignment, and they are in a league of their own when it comes to tanking, but also, I mean, just like light years ahead of where the Bulls are. And that's why I think you're not even really seeing them try, because it's just like, even if you go out there and play Yuki and Mac McClung for 39 minutes, like, I think those guys would still, I mean, it's basically a G League game as it is, and those guys were good G League players. So I don't know. I just think they have no chance. But that's where the Bucks and their remaining schedule and the Bulls and their remaining schedule becomes very sticky of a situation. It is tight.
Shout out to Kappa Jeb in the chat who said, "Hey y'all, I'm at the game, first Bulls game live." Shout out to you, man. Got these ticks last summer, thinking we'd surely handle the Zards, but ... clown emoji. Oh well. See red, go Bulls.
I think they'll handle them.
I think they're still going to handle them.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Wizard starting 5 just now?
Ooh,
Look, you know, Sexton's a bucket, man. Trey Jones, bucket.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to win by 30 again, but I'd say that it's very possible.
It is possible, sir.
Parley Diamore in the chat asking, can y'all do multiples of 44 for likes on the tank spin tonight? I love that idea.
I like that idea a lot.
However, y'all know the rule.
Yeah.
In order to get those tank spins, Bulls got to secure that L. I don't know if we can count on that tonight.
Yeah.
Which is a dangerous game that they're playing. Not that Billy could put a lineup out there that is capable of losing to these Zards. I don't know that he is. But just to kind of check in on where we are as we near the final home stretch of the regular season and the NBA's draft lottery standings. Joey, I don't know if you have that and want to throw it up. But the Bucks took an L to the Pistons last night. They now, like the Bulls, are at 49 losses. The Bulls at 30 wins. The Bucks have 31. So the Bucks only 2 remaining games. Bulls 3, including tonight. Bucks remaining schedule: the Brooklyn Nets, who they lost to just recently, and Philly. And that is game 82. We'll see. Philly could very much still be in that crazy jumble of East teams fighting to be at 5 or 6 instead of the play-in or at the top of the play-in. Also, shout out to Embiid. Hope everything went well. He had a appendectomy earlier today.
Crazy.
That's wild. And then, of course, Bulls remaining schedule tonight. You got the Zards, you got Orlando tomorrow night, and then you wrap things up in Dallas. So the Bulls now just that half game cushion. to keep themselves in 9th and keep those just slightly above 20% odds at a top 4 pick, as opposed to falling into 10th. If they end up with more dubs than Milwaukee over their final 3 than Milwaukee does in their final 2. It's a scary time.
Even
It's a scary
the same
time.
amount would just be not great. Because you guys know how my mind works. Joey, would you put up the tank graphic one more time?
Oh, here we go.
Bring it back.
My
know
hope
how
here
my
is
mind
that the Brooklyn Nets, who have won 2 in a row, I believe. Yes.
Shout out to them.
They are the 3rd worst team in the league now. Congratulations.
This.
If they win another one here, they are at risk of falling all the way to 5, and they owe a top 8 protected pick to someone. I can't remember who. They got to lose some games here, and I think they've got a pretty easy schedule, including the Bucks. That's a must-lose game for them. So hopefully the Bucks get that one, and that gives the Bulls a little bit of cushion. But then the Bulls are still dealing with Orlando, who is healthy, or they're playing a little bit better here. And then Dallas on the last day of the season, who's also in a very tight race with Memphis and New Orleans, and Memphis and New Orleans. So they, I would anticipate, are going to be tanking aggressively, probably shutting down Cooper. And the Bulls, I mean, we'll see what happens. But Gavin Dorsey, who covers the Bulls for Bulls Roundtable,
Shout out.
he is out in D.C. tonight. He said, Billy says it is, quote, moving toward Josh Giddey being done for the season, but doesn't want to commit to anything. Modest is still dealing with the illness that kept him from D.C., but could play tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. But, I mean, this is just going to be really tight. And as we talked about last game, just having the records tie, it's not like there's a coin flip and one team gets all those extra lottery balls. It's you split them. And so even if you end up with the same record as Milwaukee, that's a loss because you're still splitting. I mean, it's better than being worse, but you're still splitting those odds and therefore reducing the number of combinations that you have and chances that you have to move up in the lottery.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
Smart man.
Shout out to Julia who said, hey guys, even though it's been a terrible season, Matt, Dave, and Will, and all the people behind the controls, I'm going to miss y'all, including the chat. I'm ready for next season. I am also ready for next season, Julia. I'm also ready for the off season.
Yeah.
It's a nice break between. If you tell me we got a fresh 82 coming on deck, like a few days after this Sunday finale, I'm going to tell you, no thank you, please. That was tough to endure. But just because the games are not going to be rolling for a while doesn't mean we're going anywhere.
Yeah.
5 shows a week, Monday through Friday, starting first thing with our first off-season show on Monday, following their season finale on Sunday. There's a lot to look forward to for Bulls fans right now. We'll be covering every element of this upcoming
GM search, potential coaching search, cap space, lottery, draft, combine, all of it. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun stuff. Look at him. Look how excited he is. He's serious. This is going to be fun
honestly,
stuff. We're in goat times.
Early Bulls fan offseason has sadly come to be like my favorite time of year. We all get to take a breath a little bit. We just go work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
As opposed to working nights and weekends. You get to watch awesome, fun NBA playoff basketball while covering, like, hopefully fun, exciting things about what your team has on deck. And especially with the activities from ownership on Monday, now instead of just being excited about hopefully a quality player you're adding to this young team in the draft, you're also excited about what the heck this front office search is going to yield. Like, there's a lot to be excited about right now.
We're also, it's also, you have to trick yourself. It's like a mind trick because 7 to 10 days after the season ends, you're going to be doing something. You're in the grocery store and you're going to say to yourself, was it really that bad? And you're going to start, was it that bad? And you're going to have to sort of talk yourself into, it was, and this is why it's happening. This is why we're moving forward, and that's why you should be hopeful for the future.
I mean, time does heal all wounds, Joey. I'm going to need some more time for the wound of the 2022 to 2026 Bulls to heal. Because what the hell have we been doing for the last 4 years?
And also, I just want to reiterate what you said there, man. We're here. And people forget that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize people forgot that. We don't go anywhere.
If y'all want to take a break for yourself,
that's fine.
Have at it.
That's fine.
Mental health prioritization.
Priority number one. We get it. But if you just want to check in on the insane people who love this team enough to continue covering it all the time, then go ahead and tune in CHGO Bulls. We will be here the entire offseason leading up to the next season, y'all. 5 days a week. We're going to
Afternoons,
be up in
Monday
here.
to Friday. We'll be here.
We'll be here, y'all.
April, May, June, July, August, September.
That's right. We don't stop. We don't stop.
And Julia knows that because she's been with us
Oh, yeah. She
basically
knows.
every day since day one, which we
She's taking a break.
very,
Shout out to
very
Julia.
much appreciate.
Yes, Julia.
We have some breaking news here. Do we want to
Whoa.
get to that after the ad break?
We don't have an ad break.
We don't have one, buddy. We're staying here.
Hitting on the 15-minute mark, so I got excited.
Breaking news.
So not like a huge bombshell or anything, but
Is it from
with-
Shams? If not, it's not real.
It's directly from the team, so I'm assuming it's even more real.
I don't know.
With Jaden Ivey getting waived, the Bulls opened up a roster spot, and with that open roster spot, they will sign Mo Guy, or Gay,
Hey.
I'm not sure how exactly to pronounce that. He has been, there's another person with the exact same
Windy
name on the
City.
Hawks, but this one has been with Windy City, and he will be joining the team for the remainder of the season. It's not saying if it's like a long-term contract, but I'm assuming that remainder of the season means the remainder of the season and probably not beyond that. So
That's cool.
yeah. And
I
that's,
caught some of his action for Windy City this season. That dude plays above the rim. Like, for real, plays above the rim. He's a fun player to watch.
And we've been talking about this. Like, the Bulls have had so many injured guys, but they've also had really good depth.
Mm-hmm.
So they're stuck in this position where they have to play good players because half the roster is injured.
Yeah.
And that's why you're seeing so much Colin Sexton and Trey Jones. This is a good use of that roster spot so that they can get a little bit more like lesser experienced players in there getting real minutes and hopefully, getting real opportunity, but also contributing to like not as high level play.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to say that as
Nicely as you can.
politely as possible.
Yes. We'll go Gottlieb, ladies and gentlemen, all about that life. So now we got somebody else to watch and root for.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Will he get in the game is the question. I would like to see him get in the game,
I mean-
especially if they go about 30 again.
Right?
He will eat right into Leonard Miller's minutes, like
mean-
everybody else.
My guess is that I don't know if they fly him out there to play in this one game tonight in D.C. because Lockie is available, and you got Yabu out there. So like, maybe he'll get some tick when they play their home finale tomorrow night. And yeah, shout out to Travis in the chat. It's correct. It's pronounced. The last name's pronounced Gay, Mo Gay. But yeah, I caught some of his Windy City stuff, and he's
Long,
a fun,
athletic.
interesting watch.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
crazy
fun.
athletic.
Okay.
So
I
it'll
like
be
fun.
and yeah, I mean, we just like this season has been so unique relative to recent
Nice
Bulls
word.
history, where we actually have gotten a chance to like examine new players halfway through the season. So it'll just be the cherry on top of that. But yeah, I always think it's fun to like get new guys in here and see what they can do, see what they look like, and see if they're potential to stick.
Shout out to Kappa Jeb, who just popped back into the chat saying had to tune back in briefly to let y'all know the bench isn't hitting anything. There's hope for the tank. I should be referring to
Thank you,
pregame
Kappa
warm-ups
Jeb.
and the
Appreciate
shots that are getting up.
Yeah, man.
This is the kind of on the ground reporting
Inside
that we
scoop.
need.
That's right.
Look at that.
That's a goal to get from man man.
I would never be able to provide something.
I was going to
That's
say,
real.
I don't know
Insightful.
if you've ever told me watching pregame warm-ups like, hey,
Yeah.
X players. Yeah, I mean, Pat's swishing everything.
No, that's not good.
Do you guys want more of that? I could provide more of
Sure.
that. We can talk next year.
I'm an insane person. I want all the Bulls, everything in my yes. Give
We
me
got
all.
pregame picks coming up a little bit later. Before we get to that, I did want to spend a little bit of time at least talking about this very bold sequence of moves the Washington Wizards made leading up to the in-season deadline. The Trae Young one happened like a month before the deadline. It was like January.
Yeah.
Like early January. They traded Corey Kispert and C.J. McCollum to the Hawks for Trae Young. The Hawks got a trade exception out of it, but like there were no picks involved in that trade.
Okay.
It was just like, here's Trae Young, give us these three, or give us these two players, one of whom is 1 million years old. Shout out to CJ. He almost hit that insane buzzer beater the other night, though.
Yes.
And then 3-team trade, a bit more complicated, that brought Anthony Davis to D.C. Marvin Bagley, A.J. Johnson, Chris Middleton get moved to Dallas, along with first-round pick in 26, conditional first-round pick in 2030, and then 3 second-round picks from 26, 27, and 29. Washington trades also Malachi Branham to the Charlotte Hornets, who then trade Tyus Jones to Dallas. Anthony Davis is traded to Washington, along with Dante Exum, Jaden Hardy, and D'Angelo Russell, who's no longer with the team. So basically, bold moves
Yeah.
to bring in 2 veteran in their prime I think you could, roughly agree. In their prime stars, maybe Anthony Davis is getting close to exiting his. Trae Young, Anthony Davis, and then a bunch of young whatever that Washington has. I think taking a chance on Trae Young without giving up any draft capital for him, okay, maybe can you build a system that works better? Atlanta tried a lot of different ways for a lot of years and couldn't figure it out with Trae Young. And then with Anthony Davis, can he stay healthy? Healthy Anthony Davis is still, I think, a top 15 player in this league. Yeah. Borderline, anyway.
Definitely top
20. It's just an interesting thing for a team that's been kind of lousy as long as they have for Washington to make these moves for these, in their own respective ways, problematic, veteran, more aged stars.
Well, the reason I like it is it's not basically giving your future. You're going to right now.
Yeah.
And you're at least, let's give them 2 years, for both of those guys, to be here in Washington. Within those 2 years, you'll be able to see, 1, some exciting basketball, 2, some development of your young guys, 3, you can go ahead and you're getting a pick this year that you can watch and develop underneath those guys. Look, who's better for their pick, to develop under than a guy like Anthony Davis? That's just better. Who better for Trey Johnson to learn, point guard skills from than a guy like Trae Young?
Yeah.
So I understand what they're doing. Also, it's not dependent on those guys because they are not ones, unfortunately, who you can depend on just simply because their body has betrayed them several times, throughout their career.
Yeah.
But having them there, and if they're healthy and do something, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? The East has an absolute problem.
Yeah.
But even if they don't, you're still under the learning tree of those guys, and you're still providing Washington some exciting basketball. It kind of is what the Bulls tried to do with DeMar DeRozan bringing in here, with Alex Caruso coming in, with Lonzo Ball.
Feels very similar,
Very
doesn't it?
similar. The difference is underneath it, there was the actual foundation of what Washington is really trying to do. There wasn't a foundation for the Chicago Bulls after those guys. So after those guys, you open it up, it was nothing in the cupboards.
Yeah.
They got stuff in the cupboards, man, and they understand it. I like the way they're doing it.
Well, I mean, the main difference is, and I can't remember the exact details of the first-round picks going to Dallas in the Anthony Davis trade. They didn't give up much to get these guys. They basically just took on money. And so, I mean, the Bulls core with, Zach LaVine and Kobe White and Wendell Carter and Patrick Williams, I think everybody had hopes for them. And I think that's a pretty solid young foundation. If they would have gotten Vooch for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert and then traded one fake first to get DeRozan, I think you feel a lot differently about how that era goes. But when you're offloading 3 first-round picks that, become really valuable, that's when it starts to become a little hairy. I think that the Wizards have gone about their rebuild very deliberately. I really like the way that they've approached it, and I hope whoever takes over for the Bulls utilizes a lot of those same techniques. I don't know what's going to happen with the lottery reform and whether that will still be a viable pathway, but I do think that this idea of trying to absorb quote-unquote bad contracts of star players, I think that's probably the best chance that you have to bring in talent, especially if you can get picks to do so, because the contracts are really bad. I think that's the approach they should take. But the reason I wouldn't want to do this is just because I don't know that I believe in those 2 players in particular. And if you're committing to getting them, are you also committing to re-signing them at high numbers? That's where I would have some question with that.
When you say believe in, what do you mean by that?
Just in their health and their long-term viability. Right. But yeah, if you're looking at them as shorter-term things that can help raise the floor and get you back into the playoff picture and help, ideally AJ Debinsa or Darren Peterson grow alongside Alex Sarr and Keyshawn George, then yeah, you've got a nice little situation there. If those are your 2 guys now and everything else is complementary and you're just accelerating for the sake of accelerating because you're tired of being bad, I think that's a separate story. So I was all on board with the way that they approached it in terms of trading Beal, in terms of taking on second-round picks and flipping Jordan Poole for CJ McCollum to get off, to be more nimble in terms of the cap, and just the way that they had approached it was really good. This was a vast departure from that. And so I wonder how committed to those 2 guys they are. I think that will really determine my evaluation of those deals. But I do think that there's something there in terms of a blueprint that whoever takes over the Bulls can follow. They've got a ton of cap space. Can they use that to absorb a bad contract and get a first-round pick to do so? That's what I would be looking at here is how many first-round picks, future first, can you accumulate if you're this new Bulls GM coming in? And the pathway to do that is not trading, a player on your roster for multiple first-round picks, can you then maybe get a pick to take on a bad contract, and then try to flip him the way that the Nets did with Michael Porter Jr.? Obviously, they didn't trade him yet, but they got a pick to take him, and now he's worth at least one pick. So that's good business, and I think that's the approach the Bulls should take.
Just because you asked, the picks as far as the ones involved in the AD trade, the 26th first-round pick is a least favorable situation. The second-round picks from 26 through 29 are coming via Phoenix, Chicago, and Houston. And then it's a conditional first-round pick from Golden State in 2030.
Which I believe is protected, only conveys if it's 20 through 30. So you're giving up a back-end first-round pick, and then the worst of it's like Rockets and someone else. So it's going to be a late first-round pick this year. So virtually not much. And I wonder, I don't think if you're, I guess just like doing some revisionist history, because we talked about this earlier on in the season, would you have beaten that offer, kept Kobe, kept Io, kept the core together, and then tried to beat that offer with expiring contracts and picks to bring in Anthony Davis so that you have that core that we talked about back then, which would have been like Kobe, Giddey, Io, Modest, AD.
That would have been fun.
My God,
would you have beaten that offer?
What a long, strange trip it's been. I totally have already forgotten that we spent a couple of weeks talking about Anthony Davis.
That. Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's Anthony Davis.
I feel like I probably wouldn't have. Like those, I guess, like would the Blazers pick have done it with maybe some more seconds? And I don't think that it would have beaten those. But the other thing that the Mavs got out of that was getting off of D'Angelo Russell and Jaden Hardy and all these other smaller but longer-term contracts that the Bulls could have taken back with them. But they also probably could have offered them like way more expiring salary. Obviously, Collins and some of the other guys that are on the roster, Vooch. So who knows? But I do think it's kind of an interesting revisionist history. Is like, is that a deal the Bulls should have been in on? And like, would that path have been better than the one that they're now trending towards? I don't know. I don't think so.
Before we get out of here, how about some pregame picks for tonight's epic tank battle?
Money time. Paper.
I didn't make any Patrick Williams bets. I didn't. I'm sorry.
What?
But shout out to Alexander in the chat who said, "Hey Matt and Dave, Outsider show y'all did with Sabine had that segment. Did you see what Chris Dunn don't tonight? How about you guys bring that segment back and call it? Let's see what P. Will won't tonight."
Oh my goodness.
I mean, we basically have been playing that game ourselves, where Big Dave will ask one of us at the end of the third quarter what Pat's stat line is so far.
Usually Joey C.
It's a very fun game.
And I've been getting good.
He's been getting good.
Getting good at it.
5 out of 6 stats last game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chloe who nailed it too.
For tonight, I like 5 or more boards for Colin Sexton at plus money. He is going to play. And he has 9 boards in each of his last 2 games.
Yeah.
Sexton out there doing everything, playing like he really wants another NBA contract.
Yeah.
Trey Jones, same thing, 20-plus points. He has been getting buckets in this last handful of games while the Bulls have been shorthanded, missing Josh, missing Modest. Plus money on Trey Jones to have another 20-point night I really like as well. And then shout out, again, I mentioned him at the top, Will Riley, the Illini rookie, has come on strong down the stretch this season. Pre-All-Star break, sample size of games, he was playing 15 minutes a night, 16 minutes a night, shooting 41% from the field, scoring 7 points a game. Post All-Star break, his minutes have doubled. He's over 30, 15.6 points per game, and he's shooting 48% from the field. Woo! Didn't really talk about him, didn't really even notice him because he had a dud game on Tuesday.
Tough game.
But I like him to bounce back. And by the way, the 2 games before Bulls Wizards on Tuesday were 30-point games for the young man. So let me dip back into that confidence in Will Riley. Excited to watch the young Illini guy play tonight.
Shout out. Well, mine are different, Matt, because man, I went there.
Plus 1,200.
I didn't even go to the underground to holler at my man Kansas City Mac and Macaroni Tony and Cash Money Carol. They say you can't come in here because you're betting with your heart. And I said, oh, you're right, I am. Usually I have my brain on, but I said, hey, this is the last time we doing this. How about we have some fun? Doing some fun. Colin Sexton, I took the over on 3 3-pointers made. That's plus 115. All right. I was going to go 5 3-pointers made, but I calmed down and said, let me go 3. Because it's the last one. I'm going. Y'all see number 2, though. Patrick almost went 30 points. All right. I almost went, I think it was like plus 2,800 for 30 points. But yes, I'm taking the over 25 points because it's at a plus 1,200.
That's insane.
Why? Just because.
Vegas doesn't know about April Pat.
No, they don't. This is first time on here. I think that's why I took him, because I haven't seen him since I started doing Bet365. Shout out to them. You and this right here. But you also mentioned Will Riley. Shout out to him. I went ahead and took the over. He's going to get 7+ rebounds. That's at 290. But the big one is right there in the middle. Give me that. Patrick Lee Williams. Take it over, baby. 25+ points. My phone is ringing right now because Cash Money Carol is upset with me taking these money and making these picks. I'm sorry, but that's how I went, man. I bet my heart. This is the last one. I figured let's have some fun. Let's do it, y'all. Patrick Williams, late MVP votes. Shout out Nick T.
Free money out there. Just got to go out and grab it. Just got to go out and grab it. That's what it is.
He's going to do it, man. Yes.
That's fantastic. Also, I mean, shout out to so many players you could bet on tonight whose pictures aren't even in Bet365. It's just a jersey with a number on it. That's the time of year.
They tried, Thomas. I told you that's why I didn't go in today. I didn't go in, dog. They wouldn't let me in. I wasn't there to learn. I said I'm gonna do it with my heart on this one.
Big homie, yes, and free money. That's how I felt about Pat unders at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
and then most gambling sites took those away.
Yes, they did.
Like, oh wait, this is just an automatic W.
Yes, he wasn't even on there. There was so many nights. I was like, where's Patrick Williams? I was like, and I would tell Joey Seed, I'd be like, no, don't do a Patrick Williams right here.
Starting.
He wouldn't even show up on there, bro. He's starting. You got no choice but to put him there.
Coming fresh off a 25-5 game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Oh, come on, y'all.
I'm ready to watch Pat cook again.
Come on, baby. Plus 25.
I'm ready for that magical number to go from 3 down to 2. Thanks for tuning into pregame. Also, extra special shout out to you, Alexander, for the Outsiders reference.
Yes.
A long time diehard.
Well done.
To you. I actually think we met Alexander and his twin brother, if I'm not mistaken, at that All-Star Weekend event where we met Tibbs also.
Twins?
I can't remember why we were there.
So many flexes.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was a very flexy sentence.
We also interviewed Tim Hardaway Sr.
We interviewed Tim Hardaway Sr. that day.
That was great.
At
that was
event.
a fun day.
Hey, shout out to Tim Hardaway. I was more excited that we got to meet Tibbs.
Dude, I was more excited I got to meet Tim Hardaway.
I know you were way stoked about Hardaway. I think, like, I just, as a Bulls fan, I hated Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, Matt really followed Tibbs into the next room. And we're like, why
there was a buffer.
Tibbs? And we followed him in about we want a photo.
Danny, the old Booker/handler, worked for NBC back in the day. Shout out to her. She was like our buffer because I was like, we need to meet him. I am not letting him escape this building until we shake hands and get a photo op.
Shout out for Danny for seeing Matt's eyes and understanding what was really going on.
Tibbs.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the photo though.
We got it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Shout out to Alexander, you, and shout out to you, bro, as well. All right, we got game. Just like Pat, we got game. Bulls, Zards, season finale.
Yeah.
For this series, can we get the sweep? We'll be here live for post game immediately after. Hit the like on your way out. Shout out to our guy Joey Sienna Controls. Yeah. Enjoy the hoops. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Macaroni Johnny. We all silly like the mayor.